one step at a time. It's getting better all the time. There's a world out there and I'm gonna make it mine. Today's a chance to start again, so I'll be joining in because I can.
On the normal buses, it's much harder when you've got two children, especially if you've got a stroller in hand. And managing with one baby and trying to get the ticket out and trying to fold the stroller up and then trying to control the toddler from running on the road and trying to kill themselves is also pretty hard. So it's a much more stressful experience. The drivers help when they can, but they have a job to do. There are other people travelling besides people with children. So while most of them will try to help, at times it's pretty hard for them to do their job. I think going shopping or doing anything like that with two children and trying to use normal public transport, it's a bit of a deterrent because you know you've got to struggle so much.
One in every 5 Australians has difficulty using public transport. Some of them have a mobility handicap. Others struggle with injuries, prams or shopping. Public transport providers are seeking new, innovative ways to make their systems accessible to everyone.
When I got injured, it's really hard getting upstairs. I found it difficult to drive my own car, so I preferred public transport. I preferred using train because it's much easier. For me, it's very difficult using the crutches. Ramps and lifts are much easier. It's very easy.
The Disability Discrimination Act 1992 laid the foundation for greater access. The public transport industry responded and recognised the need for action. After much consultation, national standards are being developed to help create an integrated, fully accessible transport system within 20 years. The government and the industry have committed themselves to support the standards. This will bring many benefits to the whole community, as well as to people with disabilities.
So words just can't express how I feel today. It's a landmark in Australia, that's for sure. Oh, it's wonderful!
The new buses are very easy to board, especially with a stroller, because you can just wheel it straight on when the ramp extends to the curb. And then there's a special spot to put your stroller, so you don't have to get the baby out, you can just wheel straight onto the bus. It's fantastic.
Now that the low-floor buses are out, it's been an absolutely wonderful experience for the first time to be able to get on a bus like everybody else. I think it's important that people start to see us as we really are, just people who happen to have a physical disability. So it's my first experience to actually get on a bus with some friends, going to the casino and having a great time.
Haven't had any complaints other than somebody ring me up telling me that there should be more of them.
Busways introduced a super low floor bus in South Blacktown. We're very happy with how the bus is performing at the moment. This super low floor bus has a lower carrying capacity than conventional vehicles. That is an issue for the industry. However, I think it's an issue that can be solved. We think that there's definite benefits to passengers in terms of having the super low floor bus.
The ability of people to get off and on the bus is greatly enhanced with this type of bus.
My uncle's in a wheelchair, and so it's sort of easy, he doesn't have to rely on taxis.
It's wonderful for people like me that don't have to have big steps to step up and step down.
Not having to pull myself up the highest step is really good.
It's easier for me to carry heavy things.
I don't have to take time off work to get mum around town anymore.
Private bus operators have expressed concerns about the additional cost of the new low-floor buses. They shouldn't have to bear the cost of making buses fully accessible. Both industry and the government are looking at various options to resolve funding issues. Several studies in England and Europe show that new low-floor bus services attracted a passenger increase of between 5 and 11%. This would pay more than the additional costs. So far, there are only limited numbers of low-floor buses around Australia, but progress is ongoing. For example, by the Olympics, a quarter of Adelaide's buses will be fully accessible, along with a large number of buses in other cities. But of course, there are other ways to get around.
There's lots of room to get up and down the walkways, where when you get to Manly it's often hard to park, and right now you've got to pay. With the ferry you just walk down and paddle right out.
Yeah, it's nice and easy because I don't have a licence, so I just jump on a train and then jump straight on the ferry.
I think people with disabilities should be able to use all types of public transport. Transport that is affordable for everyone.
Access cabs suit me because it's a door-to-door service. It gets me where I want to go. You can order it when you want. You do have the flexibility to basically do what you want, and you are the customer. Get out there, use access cabs, take the bull by the horns and be involved in your community. That's what accessible transport is all about. It is independence.
My daughter used to come with me, but now that I can get onto this light rail service, I don't have to lift the trolley up big steps. It's so much easier that I'm able to do it on my own now, and I really feel good about that.
I don't have to climb at all on that vehicle. When are they going to build some more of them?
Trains can provide good access. The key is to improve the stations. Work is going on in several states. Sydney is spending $20 million to upgrade stations before the Olympics. There are currently 15 easy access stations with ramps or lifts and other facilities for passengers. It's making transport easier for everyone. More attention is now being paid to transport infrastructure. Textured floor tiles help guide the visually impaired to their destination. Hearing loops aid those with hearing difficulties. Apart from making vehicles fully accessible, there is an urgent need to improve the access pathway for travellers. This begins at their destination and flows continuously all the way through to their home. It includes stations, bus stops, steps, street furniture, signs, footpaths, curb ramps, anything that affects mobility. Local councils are responsible for improving much of the access pathway.
I couldn't go anywhere unless someone came to take me out in a wheelchair. Whereas if I can just get in my scooter and take myself, it makes life much easier. The roots of the tree had come right across the footpath, so it was up like that. You couldn't even go near that side of the road at all. When I went to the Port Adelaide Council, they came and had a look at it, took the tree out and came back and cemented and made all the footpaths flat. Wonderful getting around on the scooter, it really is.
South Australia has introduced big bus stops with braille information, recorded messages and illuminated maps. They highlight the value of clear and accessible information for everyone. Information on access issues is available in pamphlets and maps. and by telephone, TTY, fax and the internet. Access varies across the states, but is improving all the time.
$5 change, thank you. It should be about third shelf down.
Thank you, that's fantastic.
That's okay. A lot of people that previously hadn't been able to use public transport now find these buses so much easier to use that they're able to get out and they feel a lot more independent and therefore have more dignity.
Australia's population over 65 will double by the middle of the next century. The implications for transport access are profound. Since the aged are 6 times more likely to suffer from mobility handicaps, the market for accessible public transport will grow at twice the rate of the general population. A transport provider neglecting this market is ignoring the largest growth potential in their business. In addition to the perceived benefits of fully accessible public transport for everyone, there are larger issues at stake: employment, income, independence, and cultural engagement. Greater access means greater involvement of people in society. Transport can play a vital role in helping to achieve people's goals in education and employment, by allowing everyone equal opportunity to follow their dreams. It can provide social benefits with less isolation and more interaction among people. It can reduce the dependence on residential and medical care at home. There are financial savings to be made and cultural benefits to enjoy. It makes good sense to deliver accessible public transport, to help create a fair and just nation for all of us. Ultimately, a fully accessible transport system is better for everyone.
Ahead, one step at a time. It's getting better all the time. There's a world out there, and I'm gonna make it mine.